Hello everyone, we are from Group 4 and we will discuss about fertilization process. Our group members are listed as shown. Sperm capacitation, a physiological changes that spermatozoa undergo in the female reproductive tract in order to penetrate and fertilize an egg. Sperm undergoes a change in the motility pattern called hyperactivation. Sperm starts to show replenishing movement to enable sperm to move forward faster. Destabilization of the sperm head's plasma membrane to prepare sperm for acrosome reaction. Plasma membrane now is more permeable to calcium ions. An increase in intracellular CMP also occurs in this process. Sperm binding to zona pellucida, a receptor-ligand interaction with a high degree of species specificity. The carbohydrate groups on the zona pellucida glycoproteins function as sperm receptors. When the sperm cell attached to the zona pellucida, it will be triggered to undergo the acrosome reaction, which allows the hyperactivated motile sperm cell to draw through the zona pellucida.
Let's learn about the acrosome reaction. Acrosome reaction is a critical process necessary for egg fertilization. The acrosome reaction occurs in the sperm while in the female reproductive tract. In simple terms, acrosomal reaction is a reconnection between sperm and ovum to ensure same species fertilization, a human being with a human being. When the sperm reach the zona pellucida, actin filament on the sperm will bind with ZP3 of the ovum. This will release hydrolytic enzyme by the sperm acrosome. Hence, the acrosomal reaction will digest its way through the zona pellucida. And now, the zona pellucida is actually responsible for ensuring same species fertilization. Penetration of zona pellucida happens after the hydrolytic enzyme digests the zona pellucida and the membrane of oocyte. Crossing the zona pellucida requires an acrosome reaction, where enzyme released from the spermatozoa head locally digest and soften the zona pellucida, so that the spermatozoa can penetrate deeper.
For the sperm-oocyte membrane fusion, the sperm approaches the egg. Then, the sperm's acrosomal enzyme digests jelly coat of the egg. Protein of the sperm head bind to the receptor. The plasma membrane of the sperm and egg fuse. Then the nucleus of the sperm enters the egg cytoplasm and a fertilization membrane formation. For the egg activation, after the fusion, nucleus of sperm containing the haploid genetic material and associated centrioles is released. Oocyte undergoes meiosis II and develops into the female pronucleus. The sperm tail detaches and degenerates, and the spermatic nucleus develops into male pronucleus. Intracellular concentration of calcium rises, and that's the completion of second meiotic division. We move to cortical reaction. The cortical granules reside in the outermost or cortical region of the unfertilized egg. The contents of these granules are released outside the egg in the prefertilene phase and induce the modification of ZP2 and ZP3. Zona reaction is hardening of zona pellucida catalyzed by enzymes from cortical granules. And the importance of zona reaction is the polyspermy block to prevent more than one sperm fertilizing ovum and prevention of triploidy and polyploidy formation. For the mechanism of zona reaction, the first thing is change in the pattern of protein phosphorylation causes increase in calcium, and the high calcium-induced cortical reaction where the cortical granules in zygote cortex fuse with olema. And cortical substances move into cortical space, hardening of zona pellucida and destroy of sperm receptors on the zona pellucida. Other sperms will no longer be able to bind to zona pellucida and fertilize the ovum. For the post-fertilization event, what happens? The chromatin from both the sperm and egg are encapsulated in a nuclear membrane, forming pronuclei. Rag pronucleus contains a haploid genome. The protocolia migrate together and break down their membrane to condense two genomes into chromosomes, forming a diploid zygote. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.